because you need to know now.
This is Dayton's News and Talk.
WHIO.
Hold on to your panties. The party is about to begin.
I can hardly wait.
I love this show. Check 1, check 2, check 3.
Are we ready?
Check 4.
You know what? Enough talk. It's showtime.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Hey, who wants to have some fun? I do. Now, you just saying you want to have fun, or do you really want to have fun?
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up and rolling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Tonight on the show, we got more tickets to give away for the Centerport Energy Dayton Air Show. Just listen for that nifty Air Force Thunderbirds flyover. Be the fifth caller, and you're going to score those tickets. Also, we got another Dammit dog, and I saw a video of this and some still photos. A dog chasing a wolf. Usually it's the other way around, right? Not in this case, but we're going to talk about that. It's Tasty Tuesday. We got a couple of Florida men causing mayhem in the Sunshine State. Always fun stories. And I've got something that I do or that I did has irritated my wife. So we're going to get to that here in a couple of minutes. First thing out of the chute. Right before I got on the air, I saw that today is National Mascot Day. And, you know, a couple of years ago, when I started the show, I started talking about Edgy, the Evening Edge squirrel. This is Edgy. He lives in my backyard. We're now up to Edgy 2.0, because you might remember the story. Edgy 1 didn't make it. He had a run-in with a hawk in our front yard, but Edgy 2.0. So that being said, we came up with a squirrel costume, just a really inexpensive squirrel costume from Amazon. And we have a producer here at the station. His name is Will. He used to work on this show in the afternoon, but now he exclusively produces the morning show. But now we have a job shadow by the name of Will. He's going to be a senior at Oakwood. He wants to be a comedy writer. And it just dawned on me that I could be missing an opportunity here, that this version of Will 2.0 could play the part of Edgy, the Evening Edge mascot, in the costume. Now, Will has not progressed yet here on the show to be on the air. Right? Yeah, we've talked about this. But Will, with a thumbs up or thumbs down, would you be willing? Thumbs up. You would be willing to be Edgy, the Evening Edge squirrel mascot, and maybe one night when you're here, we can have you out in front of the studio. And you could have a sign that says, honk, and I'll show you my nuts. And then you just hold up a big bag of nuts. Would you do that? Would you do that? I mean, you are underage, so I don't know what sort of legal. Bryn, would you do that? Oh, Bryn would do that in a second. Yeah. All right. Well, it's just something to think about here on National Mascot Day. It's also it's graduation season. We're kind of on the tail end of graduation season. There might be some that are still graduating, but I think most of the high school graduations are over with. And most of the kindergarten graduations are over with. I've got a question. My son, I think when he went to school, he went through before kindergarten graduations became the rage. And I was asking Will and Bryn, I bet you're in the same category. Did you have a graduation ceremony when you were like in kindergarten or sixth grade or, oh, really? They didn't do that? Huh. Well, Will, he goes to Oakwood. He said that they had something like that. And I got to be honest, I think it's a little ridiculous because I feel like it's kindergarten. you should, that's like the easiest grade to pass, though some of us didn't on our first try. Can't see me. I'm raising my hand. It's absolutely 100% true. I was a little young, they said. Just a little too young to go to first grade. But there's a TikTok video that's going around that I wanted to talk about here. So this video, the person who posted it was at a kindergarten graduation. And there were only 17 kids in the class. So they're in this auditorium. There's 17 kids sitting up on the, up on the stage, and mom and dad and family and brothers and sisters, whoever, grandma and grandpa, aunt and uncle, creepy strangers. I don't know. But they're all sitting there and they're watching this graduation ceremony. But they announced this rule at the beginning that they didn't say, and you hear this sometimes, please don't clap when your child's name is called, because when they're going through so many names, like at a high school graduation, like my class had 650 people in it. So it was Bob Smith, Amber Jones, Dave Logan, or what, it was pretty quick. So if you're clapping, you might not hear the next name. And if you're a parent, that's a big deal. You want to hear your kid's name. But this is kindergarten, and there's only 17 of them. So you could get through 17 names, still pause a little bit between each name, let people applaud, and move on, right? It's not going to take that long. Well, they instituted this rule, and I'm curious if anybody has run up against this. I've never heard of this before. That at this kindergarten graduation, parents were only allowed to clap once for their kid. So, Jimmy Smith. That's it. And the reason being, it's not because, as I said, a lot of clapping, you might not hear the next kid's name. It was because there was concern that some kids might have their feelings hurt or be jealous, because if one family has 10 family members there and they're all clapping, right? And then another kid just has mom there and you hear, it's like there was a difference, and they were afraid the kids would be hurt. So, of course, people were making all kinds of comments on this TikTok video, like how ridiculous this is. Some people thought maybe it was to try to be sensitive to children who have sensory issues, so they didn't want it to be loud. But the thing is at the end of the ceremony for these 17 kindergartners, everybody was allowed to clap. So that doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, there would be no clapping at all. And my thinking was, why not just, since it's only 17 kids, have everybody clap after each name? Why can you only clap for your own kid's name? Especially in a class of 17. Now, as I said, my class, 650, you can't spend 2 hours clapping. Your hands will fall off your arms. But come on. That is crazy. The other thing that I saw, and it has to do with graduation, and I'm curious if anybody encountered this. You know how, as we mentioned, and we've all been to a graduation, somebody from the school administration or the principal or somebody announces the names. Well, every once in a while, you get a name and you butcher it. If you've listened to this show for any length of time, you know that I am notorious for butchering names and words. English is hard. But there was the university in New York, New York City's Pace University. I hadn't heard about this, that the school had AI read the names aloud instead of some administrator, because they were afraid they were going to offend the kids by butchering their names. So what they did is they had all the kids go to a website, I guess with a QR code, and put their name in phonetically and have the AI machine repeat it, right? And make sure it's correct and then sign off on it. Which, okay, I suppose you don't want to butcher names. But the problem is I guess some of the kids didn't put their actual names in. They put in other things, other words that were not necessarily their name. You know, like the old Simpson things, Seymour Butts, IP Daily, Amanda Hug and Kiss, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm just curious if anybody has experienced, in the last few weeks, some weird graduation moment. Maybe it was at your kid's graduation for kindergarten, or maybe it was high school, or who knows? Who knows? But it seems like graduations have now become something other than what they used to be. Very, very odd.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up, folks.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh. Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Thank you, Harvey. I had forgotten about that. There's actually you seen that documentary? I think it might be on Netflix, about a bunch of crazy sports stories that happened on this date in 1994. Like the World Cup was going on. The NBA finals were going on with Michael Jordan, and OJ was on the run. Bethany, what do you mean you couldn't get a cap and gown photo after graduation with your daughter? The school wouldn't allow it. What does that mean? I mean, I know what the words mean. I get what you're saying, but what was the reason for that? Oh, gowns were turned in immediately. Oh my God. Bethany, can I ask what school? Because I'm going to mention that. That's crazy. I won't mention your last name, I promise. Oh, there you go. That's a good idea, Harvey. Okay, in Indiana. All right. All right. Well, I may mention that. That's a good one. I like the Bucky's idea. We could do like the Edgehead flash mob. Just show up somewhere. Wow, 800 kids. Holy cow. That's a long day. That is a long day. Long graduation ceremony. Holy cow. I still have my class ring and it fits on my pinky. I don't, well, you know what? I don't know. I'd have to check. It's been a while. I wear my dad's class ring. That's the ring that I wear. My late father's class ring. I always loved it. So I've been wearing it. I didn't get a class ring from my college. They didn't offer class rings at the International College of Broadcasting. Shockingly.
Prime days are all set for next month. We'll have the latest 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Now, to get back to this show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I know exactly where I was on this date 31 years ago. 31 years ago, and thank you to Harvey on the live stream for reminding me. 31 years ago today, this was the day that O.J. Simpson and Al Cowlings in his white Bronco went on the big run out in California. I was sitting at Norton's on Wilmington and Kettering, watching the NBA Finals, having some chicken wings, and seeing the game interrupted by OJ's exploits. That's where I was. Where were you? Where were you the day OJ ran? Jim in Riverside. What's up, Jim?
Hey, Todd. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well.
I absolutely remember the white Bronco.
Do you remember where you were? Do you remember where you were?
I don't remember where I was, but I know you were at Norton's, and I do remember Norton's. I frequented that place back when it was open.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, why can't we all cheer for all the kids graduating? I'm with you 100%, dude. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Give them a round of applause. Amen.
Well, especially when there's only 17 kids in the class. This was kindergarten. This was kindergarten. I understand if there's 650 kids or 800 kids at a graduation. Somebody on the live stream, their kid graduated from Brownburg High School in Indiana. 800 kids in their class.
Holy cow.
Yes, you can't clap after every kid's name. You'd be clapping all day. But
at that point, I can understand. But at 17, yeah,
100%. And the other thing, and thanks for your call, Jim. The other weird thing about graduation Bethany mentioned is that the school did not allow the parents to get pictures with their kids after the graduation in their cap and gown. Apparently, the cap and gown had to be turned in right away. It's like, I guess as soon as they crossed the stage, they stripped it off and threw it into a big basket. Is that what it was? That's like a big deal. Mom and dad want to see a picture of them in their cap and gown. How could they not allow that?
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Oh, William, that's the vehicle that's the vehicle that I should use in the parade. I should be in the back of a white Bronco. Oh my. Hey.
I had 715 in my graduating class.
Oh, wow. Did you? Yeah.
But we were the 20 class and graduated at home, so we didn't have to sit in class.
Oh, you graduated during COVID? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man. So did you appreciate that or do you miss the graduation?
So after going to my siblings' graduation last year, 2 years
Yeah.
ago, I appreciate it more than
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Through all that.
Yeah. And you know what sucked for me is that I graduated like midway through I was like in the middle of the class. We had 650 people. I graduated like maybe not exactly in the middle, but I was like 350 to 450 or somewhere in there, right? As far as rank.
Right.
But I ended up sitting just by draw, like they draw your name and you sit where, and we graduated at the UD Arena. Yeah. I think it was UD Arena. Was it UD? Yeah. No, I think it was UD Arena. I don't know that the Nutter Center was completed yet. But I ended up sitting in the second from last row. So I had to sit there the whole time watching 30, 40 rows in front of me, and we were split into two. So it was like two sections of 40 rows. maybe not 40, but it was a lot. It was probably 40. It was probably 20 rows on each side. And I was in the very back of the last one. And I mean, I sat there for, God, it was awful.
The way they did it is alphabetical order by last name. So with us being a T last name, we're towards the end. So we have to sit through all.
Oh, yeah. They didn't do them alphabetically. I remember it was like a blind, like a random draw. I don't know if they had a computer do it or what they did, but it just, you got, scattered wherever you ended up, right? Yeah. It was funny because I did, like, I went to ICB and I got an associate's degree, and they had a graduation, but I didn't go to that. I was working at Wing. I was like, I can't go to graduation. I'm running the board. I mean, I'm sure I probably could have gotten out of it, but it was like, I don't care. Just, I got a job. That's the whole point of this, right? Yeah, that's funny. Oh, Colleen, yeah, I've got somebody who's willing to drive me. It's all good. I just thought when William on the live stream said he has the exact same make and model of the OJ Bronco, I thought, now there you go. That's the parade vehicle. That's the parade vehicle. Will, would you wear the squirrel costume one night? No, you wouldn't. No. What if I gave you a Skyline gift card? Would you do? No. Actually, I don't think you would fit in it. I mean, it's pretty chunky. Bryn, you'd get lost in it.
This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Don't hesitate to call. You call me. You better call me.
Damn it, get me a phone.
Call me on my radio.
I'm gonna call you.
You got him on the radio?
You won't make a simple phone call?
What is wrong with you?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. That is the cue to call for the Air Force, Dayton Air Force. Yeah, the Dayton Air Show. That's what I'm trying to stumble over. The Dayton Air Show is going on this weekend, the Centerpoint Energy Dayton Air Show. If you'd like a 4-pack of tickets, be the 5th caller at 937-457-1290. And we'll give another pair away, or another 4-pack next hour. Sorry, a little distracted. I was trying to get Will, my job shadow. I thought at the beginning of the show, he indicated that he would wear the edgy Evening Edge squirrel costume because it's National Mascot Day. It's right here in the building. I could give you the keys and you could go get it. But now he's backtracking. He's backtracking on that. He won't do it. Oh, these kids today. Let's see. Nick in Kettering. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Todd. Love the show.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
So the O.J. Simpson thing, you were asking callers call in and say, do you remember where you
right.
were?
Do you remember where you were on that dreadful day?
Well, I know you're a soccer guy.
Yeah.
I was in Detroit in the hotel room, and U.S. was playing Switzerland the next day in the World Cup. And and so I was in a hotel room, with the girlfriend, and that was our excitement on Friday night. And then
wait. You were at a hotel room with your girlfriend, and that was your excitement that night.
So that's a
Well, there's a documentary about a bunch of sports events that happened on this date in 1994. The World Cup was going on, the NBA Finals were going on, and Michael Jordan was playing, and of course the OJ thing. There's some documentary, I forget what it's called, but I think it's on Netflix about that day.
Yeah. So, but hey, I'm going to let you go because you probably got more callers, but I'm going to say you were at Norton's because back in the day, you were working with Ken Voss, and so
that's right.
WHIO is right down the road.
That's right.
Norton's after work.
That's right. That's where we hung out. Thanks, Nick.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Jeff in West Mansfield. What's up, Jeff? Yeah. What's going on?
I remember where I was. I was in Los Angeles, stuck in traffic.
Oh no!
With the OJ chase.
You were stuck in it, and did you get to see it drive by at all?
We took 2 hours to go down one exit. I got back off again. I went back to my brother-in-law's house and said, "If this is what traffic is like, I'll wait till 2 a.m. to leave." And he said, "They're arresting O.J. Simpson for murder." And I thought, there's no way. And then so we watched the rest of it on his TV.
Wow. Yeah, that was a crazy, crazy night for TV, for sure.
The funny thing was, the next day, we wanted to drive by his house. So there's a kid standing outside with a sign that says, "Maps to O.J.'s house, $5." Okay, I pull up. I'm expecting the kid to have a photocopy of a map. Nope, he's got a Sharpie and a notepad. He says, "Okay, you're here. You're going to go up this road, turn here, go up here." Hand draws it out on a map for me. I gave it $5 and it worked perfect.
Wow, that's
so we drove past his house the next day, and then after that they closed the road.
Right, it's almost like
a dead-end road.
Almost,
so
Jeff, like you were part of history. Yeah, almost like you were part of history.
Yeah, we remember it well.
All right, Jeff.
I was in a full-size van and a 35-foot travel trailer pulling behind me.
I got you. That's awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. 937-457-1290.
Things I do that irritate my wife. Things I do that irritate my wife.
So over the weekend, my wife and I, we've sort of been putting off cleaning up our mudroom. Our mudroom is where the dogs hang out during the day when she and I are at work. They both have, pretty nice little play pens with water and toys and snacks and all the things that a dog would enjoy during their day. And it's where our laundry is. We have some storage in there. Yeah, it's just like a big mudroom. In that mudroom, there is a firebox, like one of those plastic, tough, hard plastic fire safes, I guess is what you call them. We inherited it from my mom. Now, I used to have a small one that was maybe just a bit bigger than like a shoebox. And I'd keep all my important papers in there, as many of us do. Well, when my mom, she downsized and moved to a smaller place, she didn't have room for this big firebox. So she said, hey, would you like to have this firebox? And I said, sure. So we brought the firebox home. It's pretty heavy. And we put it down there in the mudroom. And I unlocked it, and I put a bunch of our important papers in there. So over the weekend, we're cleaning, and Mary notices that on top of the firebox, there's an envelope, a pretty substantial envelope, and it's got some other important paperwork. Some contracts, I think her Social Security card, loan papers, stuff like that, things that you'd want to keep safe. So she's like, hey, I need to put these items in the safe. Do you have the key? Was I keeping track of the key? Yeah, you were keeping track of the key. I don't know where the key is. Well, she doesn't either. So now we have a safe and we don't have a key. Now, this is one of those tumbler, I think they're called like a tumbler lock. It's not a key like a traditional looking key. It's one of those round keys that has like a notch in it, and you stick it in there. It's like, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like what would be on the front of a snack machine. My question is, are those keys universal? I don't know that they are. I found out the hard way that keys to handcuffs are not universal. You might remember that show and that video of me having the police cut off the handcuffs in front of my house. But I'd be curious if anybody knows if those keys, because I looked online and it says, that there are replacement keys. But I would think that you would have to have the box open to maybe reset that. And I don't have the instructions on that. It would seem odd that you could just get online and buy keys and just, like if you're a bad guy, you break into a house, let me pull out my keys. And there's one, oh, this will fit. So I'm not sure. Not sure what the story is with that. Maybe somebody knows. 937-457-1290. We have a devil woman story. Get away from me, devil woman! She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you from behind. This is a crazy story. This happened down in Beverly Hills, Texas. Who knew there was a Beverly Hills in Texas? But there is. 36-year-old woman by the name of Kristen Marie Spearman was arrested in Beverly Hills, Texas on felony stalking charges after cops say she orchestrated a bizarre marriage without a groom present. The groom is a 42-year-old man, found a package from his ex-girlfriend at his home. Inside this package included a marriage certificate showing that he was, in fact, married. Victim went to cops and said he'd been in a relationship with the suspect and that they got a marriage license around June 2nd, but broke up before the big day took place. Upon investigating the situation, police talked to the pastor, who confirmed that indeed, somehow the woman had convinced him to certify the marriage without the groom's presence, and then filed the certificate with the county clerk. Police confirmed that such marriages are invalid, since under Texas law, the groom's presence or a proper proxy is required. Like if somebody's in the military, you're serving overseas, you want to get married, you can do it, but you got to have somebody there standing in. The woman was located and arrested. My question is, why? And it doesn't say whether or not the pastor was charged, but wouldn't there be some culpability on the part of the pastor? He says that she convinced him to sign the papers, and then he filed it with the courts. That to me that's fraud, isn't it? Very strange. So that's a bit of a devil woman, I think. Yeah.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh, we have tons of calls about the keys. Well, that's good. Oh, off the rim. Off the rim. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Hey, Lebo, what's going on, man? Oh, there's a Beverly Hills in Florida as well. Ah. Do, 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 do.
Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. WHIO-FM Pleasant Hill. WHIO Dayton, Ohio. The birthplace of aviation.
Make way for another super load. We've got that for you at 6 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Come on, back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Is it just me, or has this been a big year for super loads? Coming through the Miami Valley, I feel like we've had a large number of super loads clogging up our streets in 2025. This weekend out at the Carolina Historical Park, it is Rail Fest. The Carolina Park Rail Festival is happening on Saturday and Sunday. The big train's going to be running nearly mile-long Carolina Park Railroad, which carries up to 120 passengers, plus the little train. I've ridden on these. The 7.5 gauge miniature railroad that's been operated there at Carolina since 1988. It's going to be going on this weekend. It's also going to feature model train displays and all kinds of fun stuff for the family. If you love trains, that's the place to go. Once again, it's this weekend, Saturday. Starts at 9:30, and then on Sunday starts at 11. And tickets are $14 for an adult, $12 for seniors, and $10 per child. 2 and under are free. So if you're looking for railroad fun, that's the place to be. Carolina Historical Park this weekend. Ron and Xenia, what's up, Ron?
Hey, Todd.
Hey.
Your key issue.
Yeah, for the safe that I can't find the keys to.
Yeah, well, first off, they're not universal. They are pickable.
Okay.
On your container, there's a serial number either in the bottom right or left-hand bottom corner. Call the manufacturer and you can buy a key for it.
Ah, okay. So look for the serial number and they'll match it with the right key.
Correct.
All right. Well, that's helpful to know. I have no idea where it went. We thought we put it in an old golden nugget ashtray that had been my grandparents', but it wasn't there. So I don't know what happened to it.
Gremlins.
Gremlins, that's right. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate your call, buddy. Have a good one. 937-457-1290 is the number. Coming up, it's Tasty Tuesday. We got a Dammit dog to talk about, and we've got some mail about a lemonade stand in Dayton.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Live from the WHIO News Center, this is Miami Valley News at 6. Our top local story, an hours-long standoff in Kettering that began with a domestic situation. Heat, humidity, and chances for a severe storm.
Oh my God. No, Melody, it's this chair. Love me some artichoke extract. Oh, boy, it's so good. Little dash of tequila. Let me tell you something. This chair's been pretty good for me. Good to me. I can't think of how, like 3 years, maybe 3 years. This chair's survived. Maybe it's because I lost some weight. That could be.
Than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 at 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
And now the moment we've been waiting for is here.
Hey, I'm here for the big show.
This guy, Todd, does he make you laugh?
He's funny.
Yes, amusing sometimes.
It's kind of a big show.
Okay, boys, hit it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I thought that was a lemon drop. I didn't think it was tequila.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. This hour, be listening for the Air Force Thunderbirds flyover. When you hear it, be the fifth caller, 937-457-1290. And we're going to hook you up with a pair of 4-pack tickets to the Centerpoint Energy Dayton Air Show presented by Kroger going on this weekend. Just listen for the flyover. It's very simple. Also, we've got a ton of Tasty Tuesday news. get to, and maybe a couple of Florida man stories. But first, we got to get to some mail call.
Knock off the jaw jacket. It's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The Fan Man.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
The mail is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
If you'd like to send me an email, it's eveningedgetodd@gmail.com, or you can message me on Messenger at eveningedgetodd, or use any of the other platforms that I'm on. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Hey, Todd, yesterday I heard you talking about a lemonade stand being hit by a car and whether it would count on your yearly your yearly tally of cars into buildings. Yeah, we had a story like that. It was in North Carolina. Some woman collided with another vehicle, and then her car went careening into a kid's lemonade stand. No, we would not count that. By chance today, I was driving in East Dayton and came upon 3 kids and their lemonade stand right by the intersection of Burkhart and Findlay. There's a traffic light, but there's a traffic light, but lots of traffic. Okay. I'm surprised someone let them set up that close to the intersection. Love your show, Bruce and Dayton. Well, thank you, Bruce. And he actually snapped a picture and sent it to me. And I'll show the people on the live stream. There it is. There's Burkhart and Findlay. And I know exactly where that is. Yeah, that is awfully close to the intersection for a lemonade stand. I mean, it's a busy intersection. So on the one hand, they're using some brains because that's where all the traffic is, right? When you open a business, the 3 most important things: location, location, location. On the other hand, these are 3 kids. They all look to be probably the age of 10 or younger. And they're standing on a street corner with a table and signs. And they're selling, I guess, lemonade. But there's no easy place for somebody to pull over to buy. I think they were selling lemonade. That's what it looks like to me. Not selling something else. But yeah, that's kind of that might be a dangerous intersection for a lemonade stand right there on the corner. But anyway, thank you for that email, Bruce. We've got some Tasty Tuesday news.
Why don't you go inside and get yourself a tasty snack?
Want a bite? They're real tasty.
How you get so big that you fold up this kind?
It was tasty, delicious, and tasty.
When you're hungry, everything looks tasty.
That was tasty little hors d'oeuvre.
You know, I love talking about food because it's one of the few things we can all sort of agree on. We may not agree on religion or politics or sports teams, but we all love a good meal and a good tasty treat. Hence, Tasty Tuesday. My wife shared this with me. A new restaurant is opening up in Kettering, right there, kind of on the Kettering-Oakwood border. It used to be Carmel's Southwest Bar and Grill, and I remember going there years and years ago. And candidly, I only went there once, and it's a small thing. It's a small, petty little thing, but I didn't go back because in my mind, it was kind of like a Mexican restaurant. When we went in, they wanted to charge us for the tortilla chips. And I was like, wait a second. Every Mexican restaurant on the planet that I've ever been to, every Mexican restaurant, the chips are free. But they wanted to charge us. And I'm like, well, we're not coming back here. But anyway, it's a new place. It's called the Three Birds. And it's opened at 1025 Schroyer Road. According to a story I saw, they were supposed to have a grand opening on June 10th, but I guess it rained. And they have a big patio, so maybe that's why they rescheduled it. But I guess according to a social media post, it was today. And they sell American cuisine, serving a variety of sandwiches, pastas, salads, and more. And they will be open Tuesday through Saturday for lunch and dinner from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. So you might check it out. That sounds good. Three birds. I did see some pictures on social media of some people enjoying some of their menus, so that's good. If you are a lover of pickles, you might want to know about this. Sonic Drive-In. We've got a Sonic. There's several Sonics. Has partnered with beloved cult favorite Grillo's Pickles to introduce the Big Dill Meal. It's a limited time menu starting June 30th. You can get a Big Dill double and triple Sonic Smasher. Holy cow. A triple. I don't think I've ever eaten a triple in my life. It's a hand-smashed Angus hamburger patty with American cheese, crispy pickle seasoned cucumbers, Grillo's pickle chips, dilly ranch, and lettuce, all served on a potato bun. Wow, that sounds pretty good. You can also get, as a sweet dessert, the Pickle Rita Slushie. A pickle-flavored slushie. It's a bright, briny blend of pickle juice, tart lime, topped with Grillo's chips. A Grillo's chip. Really? Huh. Starts at $3.99. And they also have pickle seasoned tots or groovy fries, if you want to check that out. Speaking of pickles, also this summer, Cup Noodles is making a bold move with a launch of its limited edition dill pickle ramen. Ramen noodles that taste like pickles. Yeah, I don't know about that. They arrive in stores on June 21st. That's crazy. It's a let's see. The brand teased the flavor with a lively, briny Instagram post that practically dares you to take a slurp. Ugh. Okay, well, whatever. Wendy's is bringing the Baconator experience directly to your home with the new line of grocery products. My wife sent me some pictures of this. She was grocery shopping last week, and they are now selling the Wendy's hamburgers. I guess they're square. It might be square. They better be square. That's the signature, right? Wendy's square hamburgers. They're selling them at the grocery store. You can find them at Kroger's. They were spotted in Kentucky, Ohio, and Colorado. And these restaurant-inspired products feature not just the burgers, but also, I guess, signature double smoked bacon. The bacon that you could get at Wendy's. They're selling that as well. And a lot of people have been talking about this, but I'll mention it again. McDonald's fans, get ready. The beloved snack wrap is coming back. And we have a date now, I guess. Maybe we didn't have a date before. But starting July 10th at participating locations, you'll be able to get 2 tasty flavors of the McDonald's snack wrap. There's the spicy, that's bold, zesty, and undeniably fiery, woohoo, with a habanero kick. And then there's the ranch flavor for those who aren't so adventurous. But that comes out July 10th. And then I heard Ron Otto talking about this story, and I have questions. I don't know any food scientist, and maybe somebody knows this otherwise. Kraft Heinz has announced that they are going to be doing away with any artificial colors. Now, this is a big deal. The FDA, I guess they said that they want, they're trying to get people to stop using these food colors. I guess they're putting it into action here. For example, the one that everybody knows about is red number 3. It's used in candies, cakes, medication. It's being banned in food by 2027 because it's been found to cause cancer in rats. Okay. So my question is, Heinz has a line of you've all heard of this: Kool-Aid, Jell-O, Crystal Light. If they're going to do away with the colors, all right, what color then will the Jell-O be? Like if cherry Jell-O or strawberry Jell-O uses some sort of artificial color like red number 3, what color then will be the Jell-O? Is it going to be clear? Is it going to just look like clear gel? And the same with Kool-Aid. because that's not real. There's nothing real in that. So if it's not going to be colored, what color is it going to be? I'm wondering if it's going to be like seltzer. Like I like White Claw. I talk about it all the time. Don't turn your nose up at White Claw. You're not even old enough to drink. Bryn, my producer, giving me grief. But there's flavor in there, but it's all clear. So I wonder if that's what it's going to be. And if that's the case, will clear Jell-O be at all appetizing? Isn't part of the appeal the look and the color? I think so, but we'll see what happens.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, a hero.
Oh, he's a keeper.
It's fun listening. It's a good ride, but there's never any real danger.
Give it some time, man. You'll realize. You'll see. He'll grow on you.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
That went in, by the way. Ooh. Oh, I was looking at a pot pie the other day when we went to Meijer. That sounds like a Weird Al song, Dennis. Chicken pot pie. Ooh, beet juice. Oh, interesting. What's this, Colleen? Ann Barrel? I honestly don't know who that is. Who is that?
Seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. That was the sound of the Air Force Thunderbirds. They're going to be performing this weekend at the Centerpoint Energy Dayton Air Show, presented by Kroger, Saturday and Sunday out at the Dayton International Airport. If you would like a family 4-pack of tickets, be the fifth caller, 937-457-1290, and Bryn will hook you up. I know this is going to be exciting for a lot of people, but coming up on the 4th of July, it's a tradition, of course. I'm talking about Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. This is a big deal in Coney Island. Joey Chestnut, he's going to return to his rightful place on July 4th. Last year, he was banned from the competition because I guess he signed a deal with some sort of plant-based hot dog company. And Nathan's was like, yeah, we're going to ban you. That's a competitor. But he's worked it out. He's going to be back competing in the competition. And he's been training since May. He says his record at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. And that includes the bun. Top that. Gina in St. Paris. Hey, Gina.
Hey, how's it going, Todd?
I'm well. What's shaking?
Not too much. I wanted to comment. Oh, do you have feedback?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to comment on the clear Jell-O.
Yeah,
concept.
I don't know. Yeah, if they get rid of the dyes, I mean, I'm not suggesting that it's going to be clear. I just don't know what it would be.
Correct, but you know they do use beet juice to mimic colored items.
I
I think
didn't
they
know
could
that.
use beet juice for some of it.
Okay. Isn't that what they use on the roads before it snows and gets icy? Is beet juice? Is it the same thing?
Hey, I will never eat a beet, but
Yeah, me neither.
they can use that color.
Yeah.
to make
Interesting.
food a certain color.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Thank you, Gina. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm no fan of beets. I grew up in a house of beets. My house is beetless. No thank you.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L. S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
I don't know. I'm never gonna eat blue. Blue is not a food color. I argue, Lana, that blueberries are in fact deep purple. Right. Toilet bowl cleaner is blue, which is why I would not eat toilet bowl cleaner either. I just posted why blueberries are not blue. I've been fighting this argument for a very long time.
Now, this is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who'd like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Coming up, we got a couple of Florida man stories, a Dammit dog. I'm having a lively debate right now on the live stream with folks watching whether or not blueberries are actually blue. They are not. They are purple. Scientifically, they are purple. Look it up. Well, they brought it up because we were talking about the food dye. And you may not know this about me, but I am a bluist. I do not eat anything blue. I do not believe that blue is a natural food color. Any other color I'm fine with, but the color blue should not be in food. What about blue raspberry? It's no, it's not blue. It just looks blue. It's not. It's not. No. But yeah, it's the truth. You look it up. Do the Google. Are blueberries actually blue? And you'll get the answer. Bryn, I know you were going to Google that, but can you hop on real quick?
Yes, I can.
I just wanted to tell you here publicly, because a week or so ago, you were on the show doing your feature, What's Bugging Bryn?
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about how your braces were bugging you. And then you got your braces off.
Yes, I did.
And I saw your smile and I saw your teeth and you look great.
Thank you.
I just wanted to give you a round of applause for that. That's all.
You
feel good?
Yeah,
feel good
great.
having them off?
It's awesome.
What was your first meal after you had the braces off?
I had steak and mashed potatoes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes.
Now, you probably ate that before,
Right.
but not as difficult this time.
Yeah, it was awesome. I didn't have to pick it out of my teeth and deal with
Yeah,
it. It was
it's nice.
awesome.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Well, good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Rob in Cedarville. What's up, Rob?
Hey.
Hey.
You guys are talking about the food dyes and the food and all that.
Right. Yes.
Have you ever heard of a pop called Zevia?
What's it called? One more time.
Zevia with a Z.
Yes, I have heard of that.
Have you ever drank it?
No.
It is clear. No matter what flavor it is, they have grape, Dr. Pepper kind of flavor.
Interesting.
They have
Yeah.
cherry cola, root beer, all different flavors, but it's all natural and completely clear.
So, and I get that for a beverage, right? I get that for a beverage because, as I mentioned, I like White Claw, and that is a seltzer, and it's flavored, but it's completely clear. But look, I'm just being honest. I don't know enough about, food science or how that all works. But my question is, with Jell-O, because the craft company said they're going to do away with all these dyes, they make Jell-O. Will Jell-O be clear, or are they going to use maybe what that lady said who called in, beets? Yeah.
Well, and they can use blueberries, so they can actually extract the flavor from a blueberry, so you won't have the blueberry flavor, but you have the blueberry purple color.
Huh. Interesting.
But yeah, it's so the whole thing is people as a society have gotten so used to, like, grape is not a color, grape is a flavor, but if you don't see purple, it's not grape.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Strawberries are supposed to be red and cherries are supposed to be darker red, and it's just kind of weird, and everybody's kind of gotten used to that.
Right. I got you. Rob, do you eat anything blue?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah.
Not on a regular basis.
That's a good idea. You don't want to take your life into your own hands by eating something blue.
Right.
Yeah. Blue is not a food color.
Blue cheese is probably the closest natural thing I eat that's blue.
And that's not even really blue, though.
And it's not really blue, right?
That's my point. All right, Rob. I appreciate your call, buddy. Have a good one. That line's open, 937-457-1290. We have a Dammit dog.
The Misadventures of Dammit Dog.
Dammit dog!
Well, I posted this story on my Facebook today, and there's some pretty candid shots. We've all heard stories about dogs darting, right? They something gets their dander up, or they get excited or whatever, and they bolt. Whatever. We had that issue with Ron Otto's dog a couple of weeks ago. Abby, she bolted away from a dog sitter, and she was gone for more than a week. Fortunately, they got her back. But this is not unheard of. But this could have turned into something really, really tragic. This was out at Yellowstone National Park this past Friday. Tourists were driving down a road. There was a bunch of tourists. You could see in the pictures there were cars lined up, as they would be in a national park of like Yellowstone. But then people started to notice that there was a wolf. A wolf was nearby and was going for an animal carcass that was in the area. And people were like getting out of their cars and taking pictures of this wolf who was on the hunt, which is always a good idea, right? The best thing you can do, and this is a tip from your friend Todd, a tip from Todd. If you're ever at a park and you see an animal going for some sort of carcass, stand between the carcass and the animal. See what happens. Yeah, it's not a good idea. What are people doing? Stay in your car. Stay in your car. Anyway, people are driving by, and they're looking at this wolf, and it's eating whatever it's eating. And one of the cars has a German Shepherd in the back seat. So the guy in the car, as they're driving along, sees this wolf, and the dog starts to react. So he thinks, well, I better roll up the windows, right? Because the dog, it's a German Shepherd, could go nuts and try to get out. Well, apparently it's a newer car, and it has some sort of feature that if someone's head, or I guess arm or anything, is in the path of the window going up, the window will stop and go back down, as to not choke anybody, right? Well, that makes sense. Well, that's what happened. Window went down. The dog's head was sticking out, probably its snout, and it went back down, and that dog bolted, leaped right out of the window. And I always wonder about that when I see people driving around with dogs in their lap. I see this all the time. In the summertime, it's usually they've got their windows down. Now, maybe some dogs are smart enough not to do that, but other dogs might not be so smart. We all know dumb dogs, right? Yeah. Well, this dog jumped out of the window and started chasing the wolf. Now, it's a German Shepherd for sure, right? I mean, it's a dog, and a German Shepherd can certainly be a vicious dog if it wants to. Really, any dog can be, but a German Shepherd especially. Going after a wild wolf. Well, at some point, I mean, this goes on. They're racing down the highway. The German Shepherd's chasing the wolf. There's pictures of I don't know if it was the owner of the dog or somebody from the owner's dog or owner's car chasing down the road after this dog. And again, I'm not sure I want to get involved in an argument between a German Shepherd and a wolf. Maybe at that point you let them fight it out. I don't know. But finally, at one point, the wolf stopped, turned around, and they were sort of at a stalemate for about 10 minutes, I guess. And people were trying to figure out what are they going to do? How are they going to get this German Shepherd away? Because you don't want to go near the dog because it could be, it's anxious. It's ready to rumble. Well, finally, they were able to get the German Shepherd, I guess, back in the car, and they drove away. But now he's facing charges, not the dog, but the owner. You're allowed to have dogs in Yellowstone, but you have to keep them under control. And that's not what happened. So, yeah. Guy's got to go to court. Park court. Yellowstone Park Court. Let's see. Bill in St. Mary's. Hey, Bill.
Hey, how you doing, Todd?
I'm doing well. What's shaking, man?
Hey, we're talking about food coloring.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I talked to you before when you was talking about some wild movies a while back, and I was the one that said that there was a giant breast lactating people to death. I couldn't remember the name. That was a Woody Allen movie.
Is that something about sex? Everything you wanted to know about sex, but were afraid to ask, or something like that, right? Wasn't that the yeah?
So I used to work at this place. It was I was a chemical compounder.
Oh, okay.
It was in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was about 20 years ago, I'd say. And so I would mix these chemicals. Some would be dry, some would be wet, and to make food flavors for drinks and food.
Okay.
There was this one thing that would come in. It would come in a crate, kind of a not too big of a crate, and it was stamped all over the outside. It came from Mexico. It's stamped on the outside, not for use in the U.S. in the United States.
Okay.
And it was crushed bugs. And it made the red coloring.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so.
But you were using it even though it said not to be used?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There were some other chemicals that were the places that place has closed down since then, but they still are a thriving business all over the country and all over the world.
All right. Well,
that place just got shut down. There was some other things that they used as well, like this butter flavor for popcorn, microwave popcorn.
Yeah, I love that.
It was used. This one chemical, they discovered that it caused lung cancer.
Oh, wow.
So that's where the name popcorn lung originally came from.
Popcorn lung. Huh. I kind of remember that. Interesting.
So this place would still use it. They would still keep using it. And sometimes the big vessels or the big tanks, we call them vessels, sometimes while it was under its whole period of pressurization, the steel would blow. And this tank would be, it was so tall, it was like over a story tall. And this yellow cloud would permeate the entire workers' areas.
Oh, my God. You'd go home smelling like you'd been at the movies all day, smell like buttered popcorn, which isn't a bad thing to smell like.
Every time I had a different smell on me going home, the dogs went nuts.
Wow.
But the supervisors would keep telling you, they would tell everybody, keep working, just keep working.
Keep working.
And they'd be covered with this yellow.
Oh,
I would go
wow.
outside and sit on the curb for a couple hours.
Tough gig, Bill. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate the insight.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
See ya.
What am I listening to now? What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Now from the WHIO News Center, the three big things you need to know. Investigators say a big fire in Dayton over the weekend was the work of arson.
Did you see that shot? Ron, I used to go to the Honk and Holler. They were great there. The Honk and Holler. The other one that I used to go to in Xenia is the one that's on East 2nd. Or no, maybe it's West 2nd. Yeah, it's on the west side of Main Street. So that would be West 2nd. It's next to the car wash. I forget what that one's called. That was actually a little bit closer to my house. But if I felt like taking a little bit longer of a drive, I would go down to the Honk and Holler. Yeah, there were a couple of people that worked at that one on West 2nd. It was a guy and a gal, and I always enjoyed them. They were very, very nice. But also, you know, at the Honk and Holler, they were great. Sometimes I'd go to Stan's, that drive-through. Because I want to say the other one closed earlier. The one on West 2nd may have closed earlier, depending on the night of the week. And Stan's, I think, was open later. Well, Cheez It is back on the TikTok. It says I can invite them to join live as a guest. I don't know what'll happen if I do that. I've never done anything like that before on TikTok. I don't even know how that works.
Heating, Air, and Plumbing Studios. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. WHIO-FM Pleasant Hill. WHIO Dayton, Ohio. The birthplace of aviation.
thunderstorms are back in the forecast for tomorrow night. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Back to the show, everybody.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Well, there you go. That's the show. Thanks for listening tonight and watching on the live stream. Don't forget, you can get the podcast of the show at eveningedgetodd.com and all your other favorite podcast platforms. Tomorrow night, it's Wing It Wednesday. And in the studio, folks from the Dayton Canoe Club will be here talking about their organization. And, of course, Wing It Wednesday is brought to you by My USA Credit Union, your best financial friend. So they'll be on just after 6:30. And I mentioned this yesterday. I'm off on Thursday, Friday, and on Monday. Taking some days off. Yeah, I know. What are you going to do? So have a great Tuesday night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow just after 5 here on the Evening Edge.
So that's it?
I'm afraid so.
That was exciting.
But I've heard enough of this weird crap.
We'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's all for tonight, folks.
All right, we'll see you next time.
So pull the plug already.
This is the station Dayton turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news.
All right, everybody. Have a great night.